Dante, 7 circles of hell.
On march the banners of the King of Hell. My master, Virgil, said, toward us, look straight ahead. Can you make him out at the core of the frozen shell?
Like a whirling windmill seen afar at twilight, or when a mist has risen from the ground, just such an engine rose upon my sight.
Stirring up such a wild and bitter wind, I cowered for shelter at my master's back, there being no other windbreak I could find.
I stood now where the souls of the last class, with fear my verses tell, were covered wholly. They shone below this ice like straws in glass.
Some lie stretched out, others are fixed in place. Upright, some on their heads, some on their souls, another like a bow bends foot and face.
When we had gone so far across the ice, what it pleased my guide to show me the full Creator, which once had worn the grace of paradise.
He made me stop, and stepping aside, he said, now see the face of Dis. This is the place where you must arm your soul against all dread.
Do not ask, reader, how my blood ran cold and my voice choked up with fear. I cannot write it. This is a terror that cannot be told.
I did not die, and yet I lost life's breath. Imagine for yourself what I became, deprived at once of both life and death.
The Emperor of the universe of pain jutted his upper chest above the ice, and I am closer in size to the great mountain.
The Titans make around the central pit, then they to his arms. Now, starting from this part, imagine the hole that corresponds to it.
If he was once as beautiful as now, he is hideous, and still turned on his maker. Well, may he be the source of every woe.
With what a sense of awe I saw his head towering above me. For it had 3 faces, one was in front, and it was fiery red.
The other 2, as weirdly wonderful, merged with it from the middle of each shoulder to the point where all converged at the top of the skull.
The right was something between white and bile. The left was the color that one finds on those who live along the banks of the Nile.
Under each head, 2 wings rose terribly. Their span proposition to so gross a bird. I never saw such sails upon the sea.
They were not feathers, their texture and their form were like a bat's wings, and he beat them so that 3 winds blew from him in one great storm.
It is these winds that freeze all Cocytus, the final pit of hell. He wept from his 6 eyes and down 3 chins. The tears ran mixed with bloody froth and pus.
In every mouth he worked a broken sinner between his rake-like teeth. Thus he kept 3 in eternal pain as his eternal dinner.
For the one in front, the biting seemed to play no part at all compared to the ripping. At times, the whole skin of his back was flayed away.
That soul that suffers most, explained the guide, is Judas Iscariot. He who kicks his legs on the fiery chin and has his head inside.
Of the other 2, who have their heads thrust forward, the one who dangles down from the black face is Brutus. Note how he writhes without a word.
And there, with huge sinewy arms is the soul of Cassius. But the night is coming on, and we must go, for we have seen the whole.
Cocytus, the final pit. He wept from his sick.
Jutted his. Do that again.
Merge with it. Oh my god. In every mouth. In every mouth.
How he risks with. Yep.
7 circles of hell. Dante the 7th.